All right, so let's do number 7 here, right? How much heat must flow into a gas if the internal energy rises by 13 joules? Okay, so delta U is positive 13. It does 19 joules of work pushing its piston out, so that's positive work, right? Right, and then of course Q is change in U plus work, so that's going to be 13 plus 19, and these are both positive. And 13 plus 19 is 32 joules of heat have to flow in, right? So 32 joules flow in, 13 of it is stored in the gas as internal energy, and 19 of it is exported as work. All right. Let's look at 8. 43 joules of heat flow out of a gas. Okay, so Q is negative 43. It does 72 joules of work on the world. So work is 72 joules, right? What is the change in internal energy of the gas? So we can figure this out, right? So Q is delta U plus work. Well, 43 joules flow out, so the Q is negative 43. And the gas also does 72 joules of work, right? And the piston is, of course, moving out, right? If it's doing work on the world, that's piston moves out, okay? So the piston moves out. Did heat flow in or out? Well, the heat's flowing out of the gas, right? Okay. The piston moved out, and then did the temperature rise or fall? Well, let's look at this, right? Okay. We got to figure out what delta U has to be. And of course, delta U is going to be negative 43 minus 72, right? So negative 43 minus 72 is negative 115. Delta U is negative 115 joules. So what the temperature fell? The temperature falls. All right, let's look at number 9 here. Okay, 67 joules of heat flow into the gas. So Q is positive 67. Its internal energy rises by, that's positive. Okay, what is the work done? Okay, so let's figure this out. So Q is delta U plus work. And we know that 67 flows in. The change in internal energy is 52. So if the internal energy gobbles up 52 joules of that, right, then we have 15 joules. The work has to be 15 joules, right? So it heats up, but it also does a little bit of work, right? Mostly it just stores it as internal energy, though. Okay. So let's see, did heat flow in or out? Well, it says in the problem, so that's kind of silly. Did the piston move in or out? Well, if that's a positive value, then the piston moved out. It did work on the world, right? Did the temperature rise or fall? Well, delta U is positive, so the temperature rises. Okay? All right, there we go.